Africa passed the clean energy revolution, yet millions here still live without reliable electricity. That is not destiny, it is a paradox. And this paradox tells us something fundamental about power, justice, and choice. You've heard the story of Africa's role in the energy transition: sun soaked deserts, untapped solar potential, minerals that underpin batteries and electric vehicles. We have cobalt, manganese, graphite, all these resources that wealthy economies now treat as strategic assets. And yet, at the same time, Africa, that supplies minerals for the future, more than 600 million people live without electricity. Africa's power points outward, but not inward. This is not geography, it is not bad luck, and it is not a tragedy of skill. Africa is not short of energy resources. It has some of the best solar potential anywhere. We have vast wind resources, hydro potential in many regions. We have geothermal where few expect it. Africa is not short of demand. It is not short of interest or ambition or global capital promises. What Africa lacks isn't energy, it is power that reaches people. The global story of the energy transition loves images of solar farms. It loves megawatts, headlines, and strategic minerals. Africa shows up in those stories mainly as a supplier of minerals, rarely as a beneficiary. But power isn't just about technologies built somewhere else. It is about reliability at home. It is about lights that stay on, clinics that don't panic during outages, and businesses that don't have to run generators just to survive. One of the clearest expressions of this paradox is this: minerals move more reliably than electricity. In many countries, mining projects have dedicated power supply, priority grid access. But just a few kilometers away, towns and neighborhoods experience outages and instability or no service at all. That is not technical failure, it is a choice. This dual system, reliable power for extraction and fragile power for citizens, reflects priorities embedded in contracts. Railways are built to ports before grids are reinforced to communities. Mines are connected to export corridors before towns get substations. The transition in this form is something Africa supplies, not something it leaves. Electricity poverty is not just inconvenience. It is an economic and moral cost paid every day. Unreliable power reduces productivity. It raises business costs. It discourages manufacturing. Firms invest in generators instead of growth. Hospitals divest funds for care to few. Schools lose learning hours. And yet, these costs rarely show up in global debates about clean energy supply chains. A common defense is sequencing. Build extraction infrastructure first, electricity communities later. But history offers little evidence that this works. Resource revenues don't automatically translate to electrification. Electricity systems require deliberate upfront investment, not residual funding. Waiting for minerals to pay for electrification isn't a strategy, it is postponement. If Africa is essential to powering the global future, then Africa is essential to powering its own future. A just transition must connect extraction to electrification. It must link resource wealth with people's daily lives. It must treat electrification as strategic infrastructure, not a social objective. A transition that leaves suppliers in the dark is not a transition. It is extraction with better branding. I share this because Africa's paradox is not destiny. It is a result of choice. And choices can be changed. The world may be transitioning to clean energy, but Africa cannot truly transition until its own power reaches its people.